This is the story of a small village named Devipur, located near a vast forest. The villagers worshipped Mahakali in her ancient temple. It was believed that Mahakali's divine power resided in the forest, protecting the village. Every year, the villagers held a grand ceremony to please the goddess. The elders often warned, "Never harm the forest. These are not just trees, but the abode of Mahakali herself." But as time passed, some began to ignore these warnings. One day, a group of wealthy businessmen passed by the village and noticed the forest's wealth. Tempted by the potential profit from the timber and land, they devised a plan to exploit it. They bribed the village head with money and convinced him to allow deforestation. When the villagers protested, the greedy head dismissed them, saying, "These are just superstitions. Mahakali won't do anything. We need to take this step for progress." The first tree was cut, and at that moment, the ground trembled. Dark clouds covered the sky, and the temple's eternal lamp, one that never extinguished, suddenly went out. An elderly woman screamed, "This is a sign from Mahakali. Stop them." But the head and the businessman mocked her, continuing their work. That night, strange and terrifying events began to unfold in the village. The water in the village well turned blood red. The sound of children crying echoed from all directions. Workers and businessmen claimed they saw a giant dark shadow watching them from the forest. Some villagers fled in fear, but the businessmen and the head dismissed these as mere illusions. Most of the forest had been cleared. One night, as the businessmen slept in their tents, a deafening roar erupted from the forest. There, in her terrifying form, Mahakali appeared. She was colossal, with a trident in one hand, a garland of skulls around her neck, and blazing eyes full of fury. She thundered, "You have destroyed my land and harmed my children. Now your destruction is certain." Mahakali cursed the businessmen for their greed. One businessman's body turned to stone. Another was engulfed by a swarm of snakes, vanishing into the night. The head of the village tried to run, but sank into a mysterious swamp that appeared beneath him. The villagers watched in horror as Mahakali's wrath unfolded. Terrified, the villagers gathered at the temple, seeking Mahakali's mercy. The village priestess prayed with folded hands, pleading, "O Mother, forgive us. The sinners have been punished, but we, your devotees, seek your grace. Please spare us." Mahakali's anger subsided. She spoke, "If you harm nature again, the consequences will be irreversible." With that, her divine form disappeared. Determined to make amends, the villagers pledged to revive the forest. They planted new trees and vowed to protect the land. The temple once again became a center of worship, and the villagers often said, "With Mahakali's blessings, our village is safe." This story teaches us the importance of respecting nature and divine power. Hail Mahakali! Did you enjoy this story? Share it with your friends and let us know what other tales you'd like to hear next.